we got to get Martini Steve back in here because he interviewed our own Master Poe.
Oh, right. This is hurricane-related, isn't it?
Yes.
I guess Master Poe was watching some of the coverage and saw that this evacuation was a disaster, and a lot of people died. And being in charge of people's lives here at the studio, our lives are in Poe's hands at some points. Do you know that?
Yeah, I do.
And if, God forbid, a disaster like Karina swept across Manhattan, what would we do? What would we do?
He's not the brightest guy, I gotta tell you.
Jeez, Opie.
He just isn't. The other day, after the show, I had to meet with Barry Shapiro, my Jewish, basically, business accountant guy. I don't even know what he does for us.
I guess he's just finance guy.
Our finance guy.
He figures out a way to funnel our money.
Typical Jew, no hair.
Jesus, Opie!
Typical Jewish guy, no hair.
Gee.
A paunch. Like, this guy couldn't hurt anyone. So...
Sucked in gym class.
He was the last guy chosen when he was picking
accountant.
sides.
Yeah.
Dude, next time I have a meeting with him,
yeah,
I'm going to record it because I swear to you it's another language that we don't know about yet.
Yeah.
He talks about stuff, I'm like, this is going on somewhere out there?
There's all kinds of financial things that he tells us about.
He knows the latest laws and rules, and it's unbelievable. So he bored me to death for at least 45 minutes.
It is boring as hell, I'll give you that.
And
I dread his meetings.
And I'm leaving with Barry, and as a joke, I walk by Master Poe, and I go, watch out for this guy. He throws a mean punch. Obviously, this guy doesn't even have a hint of muscle on him, okay? He's like a veal.
Can't lift his arm above his shoulder.
He's a veal with a calculator. He stinks. So the next day, I skate up to Master Poe, who, makes sure we're safe, and Master Poe goes to me, hey, that guy yesterday, he throws a mean punch, huh? Like, Master, it's, what? I couldn't believe you were buying that I was serious.
Here he comes.
I go, who? And he goes, the guy you were walking out with yesterday after the show. I'm like, Master Poe, it's Barry Shapiro. He doesn't know how to punch or do anything. How did you buy that?
Well, I don't know his background. When you told me he throws a mean punch, you really can't underestimate anyone.
Anyone? Even right. Barry Shapiro?
Barry Shapiro.
He could be 90 pounds and knock someone out.
Wow.
There was a skinny guy that fought, I don't remember his name, but he fought Muhammad Ali, and he knocked Muhammad Ali down.
But he was in the fight game to begin with.
Well, yeah, this is true.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
Barry Shapiro ain't hurting anyone.
No, it's the martial art mindset.
Right. Anyone's a threat.
Anybody can be a threat.
Look,
anyone's a threat, and he assesses everybody.
But see, if you have that attitude, you'll never get to sleep at night. This guy obviously is not going to be a problem.
Who says Poe sleeps at night? See him just sitting there. I'm going to figure out what the threat level is at any given moment.
If some people you could just look at and realize there's going to be no problem there.
Well, sure.
Let's be honest. I mean, Barry Shapiro.
How old is the guy?
50-something. Dude, the guy hasn't done this. I don't think he's ever done a sit-up.
I don't think there was a 50-year-old accountant.
Yeah,
who knocked out Joe Frazier.
You don't want to underestimate a 50-year-old out-of-shape Jewish accountant. Yeah, I'm with you, Bo.
It's on classic.
Well, he could have trained for 10 years before that. Who knows? Or when he was a kid.
It would be like? It would be like saying that remember the time to make the donuts guy from Dunkin' Donuts? That's pretty much what this guy's threat level is if you just look at him. It's like that. You wouldn't think the time to make the donuts guy would be any type of threat.
Okay, well, Bernie Getz, he's skinny. As a matter of fact, he's probably skinnier than this guy.
Well, someone skinny is a different story, maybe.
He has
but
a quick
this guy
finger.
isn't skinny.
Yeah, that was all about,
Yeah.
He had a gun.
Right.
True.
I was talking about Barry physically hurting somebody with a punch. I said he packs a mean punch.
Right.
Poe just sees it as, all right, I'm going to
free the world differently.
Every martial artist out there will not underestimate their opponent.
There you go.
Free the cricket from whackbag.com. Poe equals literal idiot.
Jesus.
Very brave through the internet. So Martini Steve is in studio. And you interviewed Master Poe?
Well, yeah, we were talking about the potential for a hurricane to actually hit Manhattan, and I wanted to know, what the evacuation plan would be if, God forbid, a hurricane hit while we were all in the building.
So we're up here, quite a few feet off street level.
Right.
Also, by the way, we are on the highest point in Manhattan. This is, right where we are.
Right.
It's downhill anywhere you go. It's like east side, west side, you're going downhill.
Right.
I don't think we'd get the type of flooding here that we saw in New Orleans, which is below sea level.
Well, you have to be prepared, and I just really wanted to hear what
Why
the plan
is Master
might
Poe
be.
giving you a look right now?
I don't know.
What's wrong, Master Poe?
Well, because we were having a discussion, and he was just asking me his advice because he said his wife was nervous.
Didn't know that he was being recorded.
You were recording me.
I certainly was.
Oh, yeah, this was, Master Poe had no idea we were going to...
It's a scandal.
He didn't have an idea that we were taping this for the radio.
Take a look at what I'm wearing, people. You think anybody wants a roundhouse kick to the face while I'm wearing these bad boys?
Who was it, Linda Tripp?
So it's not exactly the easiest interview to conduct, considering the fact that I know full well that this place is well above sea level, and I'm not an idiot. We're 5 floors up.
Yeah.
Well,
but wait a
Poe
second.
takes everything seriously.
Right, and you said that you wanted to leave. I mean, you're talking evacuation.
Now, how would we evacuate? I think the safest place would be just to stay put here.
Right.
We'd probably stay on the air and just have a little fun.
That's right.
If there was a hurricane and we couldn't leave, I think...
Well, what happens if the power goes out and there's a hurricane?
Right now the power goes out.
Right.
Auxiliary power kicks on. We're back on the air.
Do we have auxiliary power?
Of course we do. Everyone does in New York. Have you ever been in a completely blacked out building?
I certainly have. I was stuck at
where?
At NEW, the last blackout, and there's no auxiliary power there. So that sucked.
Were you stuck in the elevator?
No, fortunately.
Stuck in the staircase?
So you could just walk down.
When we did. We did, but you're walking down. How many flights down was that? 9? I don't
have
know.
to follow Earl's eyes
Whole
and
9 stories to get to freedom.
Oh no, I'm not. But
That's
he
tough.
asked. But there's
Smile,
no
Earl,
generators.
Light the way.
All right, well, so Steve interviewed Master Poe, and we got some audio. Master Poe had no idea we were interviewing him.
Thank you. Apparently I'm supposed to get with you about an evacuation plan?
I'm sorry?
What? No, I mean, there's apparently a...
I guess there's actually...
Steve, you're the biggest pussy.
What?
I can hear that you're nervous.
No, I'm trying not to crack up.
Are you sure?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not afraid of what Poe's going to do if he happens to get angry and, knock my head off.
You kind of have a nervousness to your voice, like, oh, God, I hope I don't piss him off.
No, it's, oh, God, I hope I don't crack up.
All right.
There's apparently a...
I guess there's that...
Because he's, like, slamming things around, like,
No,
He can
I
never
hope this goes okay.
He can never infiltrate the mob.
Right.
They'd find the wire in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a little nervous.
From his voice, you can tell something's up already.
Slam.
Right. He's like,
I am trying to desperately
sweat pouring off his forehead.
desperately trying to maintain my composure while asking questions without bursting into fucking laughter.
You all right, Steve? No, I'm not wearing a wire. Just loses it immediately.
I'm just a little wired. I mean...
Right. Listen how natural Steve comes across.
Thank you. Apparently I'm supposed to get with you about an evacuation plan?
I'm sorry?
What? No, I mean, there's
Sounds like
apparently
what?
a...
Sounds like it's written like bad acting. Like they're reading a script. Apparently, I'm supposed to... I'm sorry?
Thank you. Apparently I'm supposed to get with you about an evacuation plan?
I'm sorry?
What? No, I mean, there's apparently a...
I guess there's actually now concern of this hurricane.
Let's get it. Oh, fuck. You're kidding me. What are they saying?
If...
When is it hitting?
If in the event that it hits this area, what is the... I guess what would your recommendation...
Holy shit! That's not a guy that thinks he's going to crack.
I guess.
That's not a guy that's going to crack up at any moment.
Trying to think how to phrase it.
Yeah, I'm really just trying to think how to phrase it because I walked into this cold.
I'm not buying it.
What, you think I'm afraid? You honestly think I'm frightened?
I think you're frightened.
I'm sorry.
Bill,
inaccurate.
Frightened or is
I don't know. It sounds like bad soap opera acting.
I think, that's what I think it is.
Yeah.
It's just bad acting.
Yeah,
and
horrible
the fact
acting.
that maybe he's a little shook up that this is being recorded.
Right.
Yeah.
And he knows that his side is going to be on this also.
Yeah.
So he's got to
And maybe
perform
he'll be
well.
the one getting made fun of.
I would agree with Anthony on that one. I would totally fess up to bad acting and totally fess up to knowing it was being recorded.
Well, Poe, you've come back. Rachel. A string of Peloponnese.
It's awful acting.
It's really bad.
I guess what would your recommendation be for an evacuation plan to get everybody out of here?
Okay. First, we have to find out when is it going to hit.
I would assume.
And 6 hours before it hits, we're out of here. Not
Okay.
1 hour before it hits. 6 hours before it hits.
Now,
Okay.
why 6 hours? What would that time frame allow?
Well, I was involved with Hurricane Floyd, and I
You
stayed.
kicked his ass, right?
Yeah. We stayed.
Drop kick right to the eye.
Yeah.
Take care of that problem.
No, we stayed in the house and we tried to fight this hurricane, and that was stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the best thing for you to do is to get rid of your or take your clothing, your
Well, we'll
electronics.
listen to the tape.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
want to know why the 6 hours.
That's all.
Because 6 hours
give you time.
also sounds kind of dangerous. Like, then you're out of the building on a crowded evacuating road as the storm hits.
All right, let's.
I don't know.
Let's listen.
Who am I to say? Well, he's sitting next to
Okay.
me.
Because if anybody has ever experienced being in a hurricane,
Right.
it's one of the worst things ever. Now, you guys were up on top of this building, and you know, if we stay here, most likely nothing's going to happen. However, depending on where we live, we may have to do some preparations in our homes.
Okay.
Make some preparations. I know I will definitely have to make
Right.
some preparations.
All right, so far so good.
Fairly normal.
We'll move on here.
If by chance that we are hit by a hurricane, let's say now,
Yeah.
and the best thing for us to do is to stay here.
Stay here.
Well, it's too late. The hurricane hit us. If it's that bad,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
because you know what's going to happen is you won't be able to get a taxi, you won't be able to get a train, and it'll be difficult for you to get out of New York City. Anthony will not. It's going to take him 4.5 hours to get home. So that's why we have to stay watch of this hurricane. If by chance the hurricane is going to hit us, then we have to be ahead of it. If the hurricane is going to hit us at 2 o'clock, then we have to get out of here 3-4 hours, preferably, ahead of time.
How much time for a slowy cane, though? Because I would assume you got more time.
No, that was wrong. That was wrong. 'Cause if the hurricane's going to hit, just let's stay home.
Stay home.
Stay home.
We'd have enough
So
advance
have
notice.
you done any research on this shit, or he just came in and asked the question and you just went with it?
No, I was hit by a hurricane. I was hit by a hurricane very bad. I lost my home in '99.
We got a comedian coming up this weekend.
And now the funny. But when Steve asked you, it's pretty much cold. You didn't know that you were going into this meeting to discuss evacuation.
No, he
right?
said his wife was concerned.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue listening here.
Yeah, hurricane liver cirrhosis maybe she'd be concerned with. But
Like, say it's 7 o'clock in the morning and we get, a heads up. Guys, get out of Dodge. Go now. What do we do? How do we get open at home? How do we get...
What we should have outside. Okay, Anthony is going to be driving home himself.
I would assume. I don't know.
Opie is probably going to need to be driven home. He's not going to take a taxi or
rollerblade.
I mean, if the hurricane is that bad, then we would take him home.
Oh, look at that. You got taken home.
I'll just let the hurricane blow me home. Don't have to use my legs when I'm rollerblading.
You could put on your blades and the breeze would whisk you home.
Whisk me home. Really nice and fast.
I guess the question is, God forbid if we're all stuck here for...
Okay.
Let's say we're all stuck in this...
What we should do is have provisions. We should have our flashlights. We should have our food. We should definitely have our water. and we should have extra amount of that. Now, honestly, if the hurricane is that bad, we can see it on television. We say, okay, well, guess what, guys?
We shouldn't be here.
It's going to hit New York City this date. Do not be here, because this is going to be a deadlock. You won't be able to get in and out of the city. 9/11, same thing. You couldn't get in and out of the city.
Right.
And the problem is that, okay, you have a hurricane, so now you have wind. Is it a tropical storm? The water's coming down so hard. You're driving, and then you're stopped because the rain is coming down so hard, people can't even see in front of them. That's how bad it gets.
Painting quite the picture.
Someone had a really good instant feedback about basically something about Steve asking Master Poe to talk louder into his lapel. I don't know the exact wording of it, but guys. Just the worst fucking guy.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Excuse me, can you talk louder? Yeah, posthorrors.net. Clark, Master Poe, could you say that a little louder and say that my lapel? That's a great line, bro.
Poe's got a very dramatic delivery, though. He's very intense.
He painted this horrific picture.
Yeah.
It's like that Day After Tomorrow movie.
Yeah, exactly.
He's painting.
All right, let's continue.
So you're talking about barricading everybody in this place for a period of maybe several days.
Oh my God, what kind of hurricane are we talking about?
I don't know. I don't know.
If you're talking about a severe, drastic hurricane that's coming in, first of all, why be here?
Right.
You know why? Because the only reason why we're here is to do a show. Well, guess what? We won't have any electricity.
Oh.
Great answer, Steve.
I can hear myself scrolling through the phone as I'm answering that.
We won't have any electricity. Oh. Good one.
Yeah, you're really good at how you keep leading Poe to like other areas.
I'm terrible.
Where the comedy can keep
I am
coming.
terrible. But you know what? You have to understand that I'm the only person in the building at that point who's not going to lose his mind laughing. The option was me or Ben. That was the choice. When you throw those two in the mix, I think I was immediately elected.
All right, more.
Good point.
Imagine no electricity, no computer ability, no access at all. Do you know what's going to happen here? Chaos. Either Opie and Anthony is going to make us all laugh, and Jimmy's not going to be here, but Opie and Anthony is going to make us laugh, or they're going to go crazy and they're going to drive us crazy.
Maybe we can count on them to be entertaining, but who knows?
Good one, Steve.
You're welcome.
You get that one from Eric Logan. Jeez. All right, a couple more clips here.
We've already talked about how to get open at home, blah, 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 blah. What about you got interns that are coming from Staten Island, Jersey?
How would they get home?
We're talking about 4 kids who are going to have...
Staten Island will be covered with water, gentlemen. A tidal wave will wash over them, destroying the island. I love the drama in Poe's voice.
Very, very melodramatic delivery.
Staten Island, write it off, kids. It's gone.
4 kids who are going to have frightened parents at home.
And I'm assuming we're responsible for them.
Of course.
Okay, so if we're responsible for them, then either A, they stay here with grown-up adults that can handle the situation, or...
Where are they?
As opposed to those childlike
they
adults.
get taken home.
But if we're worried about taking them home, and Anthony's going to be spending 6 hours getting to Long Island.
Well, like I said, if it's going to be that bad, Anthony shouldn't come in.
Right.
If it gets that bad, then no one should be coming in.
Give me the day off.
Hey, we got some great instant feedback coming in. Rich from Allentown. If the hurricane floods, Anthony is screwed. He will not have any shoes from his shoelaces being wet.
Yeah.
Chris from Dallas, Texas. Being trapped in an office with Steve the Bear and no food. Make sure you keep the cameras rolling, kids. And Jimmy from whackbag.com. Steve would hover above the water in his hybrid.
Certainly would.
All right, one more clip here. Steve and Master Poe talking about an evacuation plan. Or maybe not.
Nope. Uh-oh.
Oh boy. All right, here we go.
All right, say you've got these kids. Let's say, God forbid, this fucking hurricane. We're all dumb enough to come in.
He's getting
this
tough
thing
on
hits.
him now.
Yeah.
Where do we take? Do you have the ability to house any of these kids? Would you feel comfortable enough taking any of these kids home?
My place is big. If
Is it fixed up enough?
yeah, there's plenty of room. They'll just sleep with the dogs.
With the dogs?
No, I'm only kidding.
Jesus Christ, Poe. Cruel fuck.
No.
And then, I mean, shit.
There's plenty of room.
Providing you could get out, could you take kids home?
I don't know why you're smiling, because let me tell you, this was a horror for me, man.
I'm tired. I hate having these fucking conversations because I really do. I fucking hate it.
This is what you call a nightmare. All right? And you're smiling, and I don't know why you're smiling. This was a nightmare.
All right.
He's shot in the head
This
in a
destroys
second.
houses, this destroys homes, this destroys family.
You know what's making this bit better? The listeners. Brian from posthorrors.net. Oh, yeah, you guys are just going to be sitting there telling jokes to everyone. Who are you kidding? Hope's going to be killing people for sport, and Anthony will be in the corner washing his hands for hours on edge. It goes on and on.
And while this is going on, I have Ben and Wicklin in the other office and Don in the other room phoning in questions.
Oh, really?
So I'm picking up the phone thinking it's somebody else, and I'm playing it off, but it's Don and Ben in the other room phoning in questions.
All right, well, there you have it. Master Poe's evacuation plan. Courtesy of Steve.
Wow.
Very good, guys.
Well, at least
Thanks.
we're all safe. And he did
God
know,
for that.
you know, stay home. We
Thank
would
you,
stay
guys.
home.
Where's the hybrid song? We gotta play that as Steve leaves the studio. No, hold on a minute. Thanks, Master Poe.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was riveting.
Yeah, wasn't it? Terrible.
Where's the,
You are really bad, Steve.
I know.
Where's the hybrid song?
Well, again, you know, it's either me or it's Ben. And you want Ben trying to conduct an interview like that?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Can find it?
No.
This won't bother you too much.
Is this the one? Oh, okay, good.
Is that it? All right, Steve. There goes the...
Whoa, my Bye. This is from Chemistry as we go to break.
I know a big bear. He talks with good diction, hibernates in a Toyota with good fuel emissions and great tax deductions. His habitat's a hybrid. His paws are on the steering wheel. He barely fits inside it. His cave has XM and a keyless entry. Don't leave a cent in your tent. His belly is empty. The only bear I know with gastric bypass, smarter than the average. Roll up in the hybrid and steal your picnic basket. The ranger's lunch always makes his belly groan. The last I seen him, he was speeding round Jellystone, getting 40 miles per gallon, rolling through the Rockies, doing Ramon promos for 2 disc jockeys. Steve's a piece of garbage, foraged for nuts and berries, top of the food chain but drives a car for ferries. Piece of shit, stores energy with friction and magnets. Ramon. Hybrids are for faggots, hybrids are gay. Steve's a queer. Plug in your automobile, you take it in the rear, you homo. Yo, his car got a kickstand. Go and buy a new one. Spend more than $6 grand. Hybrids are gay. Steve's a queer. If you plug in your automobile, you take it in the rear, you homo. His car got a kickstand. Go and buy a new one. Spend more than $6 grand.